Umar
Thank
Hassan.
you. Thank you so much, Dr. Lambert. And just allow me to clarify, although I am an assistant professor of management, I have 18 years of experience teaching some wonderful university students. But today, I will be focusing on an area of self-development and self-growth. As I already shared, my content is going to be focused on self-leadership for today. But this is a series of presentations, and today we are covering the first session. So I hope that the students are going to find it very relevant. Not only the students, but the teachers also will be able to share some valuable insights from their life experiences, because this is something really important. This is what I do. I am a management teacher, but I am a trainer as well. For the last decade, I have been conducting trainings on the areas of self-development, because I believe that expanding your human potential is the key to success. So today we will be sharing some ideas related to that. So my topic for the day today is mastering the art of leadership. And you can see a couple of superheroes, the shadow of a couple of superheroes on the screen. Yeah, everyone can see that. When I was a kid, I'm, I'm still a kid by heart, but when I was a kid, I used to see the movies of superheroes, and I used to get so inspired by them. I had this firm belief in my mind that someday I am going to become a superhero with a wonderful, amazing superpower. And at that time, I was choosing. We had Superman, we had Batman, we had all kinds of heroes, and I'm sure that you are into movies as well, and you are pretty familiar with the concept. So I'm now, when I'm 40 years old, I think, where did that thought go? What happened to that thought? Why did we become so caught up in our lives, in our daily activities, that we forgot to think about our special power that we have? I'm sure that today is going to give us an opportunity to do a reflection on our abilities, our superpowers that we have, and we are going to find out and explore some of them. So as an icebreaker, as an introduction, what I want you guys to do is use the chat box and tell me something. What I want you to do is introduce yourself in the context of a superhero. Just imagine that you are a superhero. What kind of a superhero would you want to be? And what would be your superpower? If you are given an option to choose from all the wonderful powers that you may have in this world, what kind of a superhero would be, and what will be your superpower? You can use the chat box and write it down. Let me share. I really want to share that if I have the option to choose a superpower, I would want to spread happiness wherever who spreads happiness wherever he goes, to all the entities, all the living beings in the world, not only to humans, to the animals, to the plants, everywhere. I mean, I really wish that I have that superpower. Although I do try it when I'm teaching a class or when I'm interacting, I do try to please people and try to make sure that they feel happy. But I really want to have that superpower. So I would want to hear from you guys as an icebreaker, just to get the things rolling and moving. If you imagine yourself as a superhero, what superpower would you want to have? You can use the chat box and write down. Or even if you want to speak, you can raise hand and I can hear you. But since we have 50 odd students with us, so it would be difficult giving time to each and every one of you. So use the chat box. Okay, so responses are coming. All right, Samuel, you want to be a game changer in your family and want to become a multi-millionaire. Oh, that's wonderful. I would want to change my superpower. I want to be a multi-millionaire as well. Wonderful. Dr. Lambert wants to create large forests. Such a wonderful thought. Such a wonderful thought. You still have this power, Dr. Lambert. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah. Mr. Peter says to bring happiness. Rachel wants to have knowledge, to create peace and prosperity to all. Such wonderful thoughts coming our way. I mean, it's so pleasant reading all these wonderful ideas. Keep them coming, please. We still have a couple of minutes for this introduction part. So I would want you to guys to just, all right, have power to cure any disease. Really wonderful, really, really wonderful. Heal everyone and solve complex problems, make inventions. True, true, wonderful. I mean, we are a bunch of superhuman beings right now. We want to make this world a better place. Yeah, to help people, to supply everyone's needs, making society a better place, helping people who are less fortunate, wonderful, or making disabled people feel empowered, power to be humble and content. Such wonderful thoughts coming. Oh, someone is saying there is echo. I mean, if you know the network, it always has its issues. So, Dr. Lambert, if you find the echo in my voice or any disruption during the session, please do let me know. I'll switch to
I
another
do not
network.
hear an echo in your voice.
All right, all right, all right, all right. To change the future. Oh my, so many wonderful thoughts. The people are really interacting, really sharing. I'm sure that all of you are reading. Oh, so many wonderful thoughts. That's really wonderful. That's a wonderful icebreaker. I'm really enjoying getting to know such wonderful superheroes that are here today, and they want to explore the art of self-leadership. They want to master the art of self-leadership. How is this relevant? Why are we talking about this? Thinking out of the box to solve complex issues, very right. Why are we talking about this? I have a belief. I'm a teacher, and when I talk to students, my top priority is to tell them that they should always believe in themselves, and they should always believe that their presence in this world is going to make this place a better place. Now they have to decide how do they want to do it. And I believe that most of the people, most of us, that may include me as well, we find it very difficult to find our passion, to find our true worth. At times we feel a lot of confusion. We may think that we are good at so many things, but we find it very difficult to get the right composure and the focus to find the thing in which we are really good at and what we really want to do. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some ideas, and you can obviously after the session, you can go up, look them up on the internet. You can find many valuable resources. I will be sharing some resources as well, so they can help you find out your true potential, capitalize on it, and enable you to lead yourself. So let us see what leadership quotes, what famous people have got to say about self-leadership. Now, I'm just setting up the foundation of today's session. I'm going to share some ideas with you, what famous people, I mean, I'm sure you must know who Plato is, a famous philosopher. What does he have to say about self-leadership? And I want you guys to ask yourself this question, that have you been following these ideas? Can you relate yourself with these ideas? Now, Plato says, for a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. This is very important. You need to conquer yourself. And when we talk about conquering ourselves, what do we have? We have our strengths, we have our weaknesses, we have our emotions, we have our thoughts, we have our ideas, we have our physical abilities. I mean, we are a composure of so many wonderful things. And if we are able to control all those things and channel them towards what we want to do in life, how wonderful it would become. It would be more wonderful than any superpower that we can have. Moving forward to other ideas, I'm quickly going to go through the wonderful ideas that famous people have shared about this thing. Everything that you attract into your life is a reflection of the story you believe and keep telling yourself. I'm sure that all of you do self-talk. I mean, we all talk to ourselves. I'm sure that you all do it. Ask yourself, what are the things, what are the ideas that you are talking to yourself about? Are those ideas, are those thoughts letting you down in any way? Have you been talking to yourself? Have you been telling yourself, I'm not good enough? I won't be able to achieve a certain thing. I'm not good enough for this thing. Or do you do positive self-talk? Do you say to yourself that I can achieve this thing? I am good enough to get all the wonderful things, all the superpowers that you have written in your introduction. Do you really believe in your mind that you are good enough to have those powers? When you start believing on these things and when you start telling yourself over and over again that you are good enough for all those things, the philosophers say things will start to happen for you. I hope that you agree to the idea. If you don't, you can write it down in the chat box. But it is an idea of a person who is famous for saying or practicing certain things. All right, rule your mind or it will rule you. Now you have a choice. Either you can make conscious decisions or you can just let your mind go free and make decisions for you. We are still talking about self-control. We are still talking about self-leadership. I'm trying to set up a foundation so that you are clear what we are talking about and what do we expect to achieve after finishing the session today. Just sharing some ideas with you. Now, mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. You know, all these things are leading to this question, which I am going to ask you today. Do you have complete control on yourself? Do you have complete control on your thoughts, on your emotions, on your life even? I will be reminding you these questions over and over again today. And Aristotle says that knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. I mean, everything starts to clarify for you when you really know who you are. So I'm sure that these wonderful ideas and thoughts, which we usually see on social media, and people do share these things a lot. So when we see those things, are we able to relate to them? Are we able to learn the true essence of the idea from it? All right. So let us describe what self-leadership is. Self-leadership, by definition, is the ability to influence and direct your own thoughts and actions to successfully reach goals and build a satisfying life. Now, there are keywords in this definition. We have talked about influencing and directing your thoughts and yourself. I have given you some idea that you need to control yourself. But there is another thing. What is your idea of a satisfying life? Are you clear on that? I mean, one of us was very clear who wanted to be a multi-millionaire. I'm sure that he was very clear that in order to have a happy life, he needs a lot of money. I mean, we all do. But do you have a very clear idea of this thing, that what will make your life satisfying? Will it be spending time with your family? Will it be about your career? Will it be about your health? Do you want eternal health? Will it be about having all the facilities that the life has to offer? Once you are clear on the things that you want and desire, then you can lead yourself and find your way. All right? If you do come across any question or any opinion or anything that comes to your mind, you can use the chat box. The people are still sharing regarding their wonderful superpowers, and I would love to read them even after the session as well. So if whatever comes to your mind, please feel free to share. This is supposed to be an interactive session. Initially, I am just like putting some ideas in front of you so that you get an idea what we are talking about. In the later part, I would encourage you to share your opinions as well. Okay? So now self-leadership will give you questions like, who am I? How frequently do you ask this question to yourself, that who are you? Who am I? I have a name. My name is Umar and I am a teacher. Is that it? I'm a father. I'm a son. I'm a citizen of a wonderful country. I'm a human being. I'm a living being. I mean, there are so many characteristics that define me. Now, I have to choose for myself that what particular characteristic would I want to focus on? What do I want to accomplish in life? Having goals in life is very important. I mean, these goals, they do change. And I'm sure that all of you already know these things. Let me tell you that in today's session, I will be reminding you about a lot of things. I don't think I won't be able to tell you anything really new, but I would be trying to put some ideas in front of you on which you can start thinking, on which you can give more time, so that you are able to find the true essence of leading yourself to achieve what you want, which is the true essence of self-growth and self-development, which is my area. Now, Dr. Lambert did mention that I'm from business management, but today my topic is from self-development. So I do want to talk about that. What do you want to accomplish and how will you do it? If you've been thinking about these things frequently, I have an opinion and I want to hear your comments on it. When we talk about really successful people in this world, I mean, you can think of any individual who you think is very successful in a leadership capacity, who is making this world a better place. I mean, we talk about Nelson Mandela, we talk about Elon Musk, we talk about Steve Jobs, we talk about, I mean, there are so many wonderful examples that we have. My opinion is that one of the common traits that they all possess is consistency. Whatever they have in their mind, they do not allow any distraction, they do not allow any disturbance, they do not allow anything happening in their life to distract them from their goals. I believe that all of us have the same opportunity. I'm saying that all of us, we have the same opportunity, but we are probably not consistent enough. So let us start today. Whatever we want to achieve, whatever we want to accomplish, let us start today. Let us start thinking about it today. Let us start leading ourselves today. So today, I hope that you are pretty clear now that what our topic is going to be. I've already shared my contents with the moderator earlier. So now I'm sure that you would be knowing that what is coming in next 30 minutes or so. Let me quickly have a look at the chat box. All right, positive mindset is tool, very critical. All right, Zabardast, wonderful. You're sharing so many wonderful things. Good. All right, moving forward. Today I'll be talking about 4 pillars of leadership, self-leadership, and I'm going to give you a lot of questions to think about. Ideally, you should be having a piece of paper with you and you should be writing down things regarding yourself, not to obviously return them back to me, but you need to write some things down. I will be asking you some questions. Ideally, you should be making some responses for your own self. I would want you write down those things and you keep them close. If you're on a desk at a workplace, you keep them there and you always are focused that what do I want in life? How am I going to achieve it? And all the other things that I will be talking about today. So one of the most important aspects of self-leadership, the first pillar of self-leadership is self-discovery. I'm sure that you guys must be knowing what core values are, things that we believe in. I do want you guys to share and keep on doing it. I would want you guys to frequently share in the chat box regarding all the questions that I'm asking. I'm asking that what do you believe in? What are your core values? Let me share some examples with you. Honesty is a core value, integrity, hard work, commitment, truthfulness. These are all core values. I mean, as people, we need things to believe in. We need a set of values to believe in. That helps us to understand ourselves better. That helps us. Thank you so much, Fariba, for sharing your opinion. I'm just going to the chat box quickly so that I don't lose track of things or opinions that people are saying. Wonderful. What are my core values? Think about this thing. Ask yourself that what is important to you and why is it important to you? Is it because of your orientation? Is it because of your family values? It is because of your religion? Is it because of the society that you live in? Is it adapted or you truly believe in that? When you start asking yourself these questions, that what are your core values? Why are these values important for me? You basically start shaping up your personality. If someone asks you who you are, we usually say, I say I'm Umar Hassan. I mean, there are many Umars in Pakistan. I'm sure there will be many Umars in the whole world. So what makes me unique? What makes me different? That is my mindset. That is the things that I believe in, the opinions that I have, the ideas that I have. So give yourself that true value and continue this process of self-discovery throughout your life. Again, I would want to give you examples of all the wonderful leaders because, As teacher, this is one thing that we learn as teachers, that always give an example of a best practice. When we talk about business management, we give examples of companies which are doing best practices, which are famous, which are successful because of their working. So when we talk about humans, we think about people who are leaders in their fields, and we take them as examples of best practices. So once again, if you take the example of all the leaders, and you can think about all the wonderful leaders that you know, this process of self-discovery will be found common in them. They're always thinking about finding, exploring, and developing their strengths. They are always in a process of giving due value to themselves. All right. I hope I'm making my point clear. I believe in my self-worth. All right. Is self-leadership learned or inborn? I believe, this is my opinion. You can always cross-check the opinions and make your own opinion, because this is what we are talking about. I believe that we can learn anything that we want to. Honestly speaking, I don't really believe in by birth, although there are characteristics, but these are skills. The self-leadership and similar aspects are skills that people tend to learn with the passage of time. And each of us can do that. All 83 people who are the participant, 82, 83, coming and going, all these people can learn these things. So this is something that can be acquired. It is not by birth. All right. Now ask yourself, what activities give me energy and make me feel alive? Let me make a comment. I think that for Dr. Lambert, nature, trees, I'm assuming, because you've talked about it a couple of times, these things, they make you feel alive. I mean, your background is showing that there's wonderful greenery over here. So ask yourself, what activities they give you energy? I mean, it is different for all the people. Some people are into food. Some people are into cooking. Some people are into traveling. I mean, there is a multiple intelligences theory. You can look it up on the internet later. It states that when children are born, they are different by design. Some are into music, some are into nature, some are extroverts, some are introverts, some are good with maths. And you may have seen this throughout your life, that people around you, they were good at few things and they were different. This difference is something that makes us really beautiful. But the important thing is that we have to find our competitive strength. We have to find the difference that we can create. So ask yourself that what activities give you energy and make you feel alive. When you try new things, when you try different things, you get certain vibes, you get certain kind of energy from them. And then you know. Let me share my example so I can help clarify this idea with you. I have done business management and I did it in 2003, like many, many years ago. So at that time, I had the option to go to corporate world and join any wonderful organization and make my career over there. But I really wanted to become a teacher. Now, when I'm reading all these things and going through all these materials, I reflect back on that time and I ask this question, that how was I able to find that what do I want to do? Because I was spending a lot of time with myself. I was thinking about myself a lot. I was unconsciously in the process of discovering myself. So now I feel that I've done justice with my time. Now I feel, I mean, I do try. I should be humble about it, but I do try that I try to be a good teacher. Because now I know that this is who I am. This is who I wanted to be. So I want you guys to think about this aspect as well. Ask yourself what gives you energy, makes you feel alive. On all these topics, you are going to find wonderful material and content on the internet. I'm just giving you an overview, because this is going to be a life lesson which you can follow for the rest of your life. So this is just an overview to just ask you to start focusing on these things. And how can I use this information to better my life and help others? Because at the end of the day, we are here to make this world a better place. Otherwise, we were not needed. We are here on this planet, we are here on this world, along with everything around us, along with every single thing around us. We are here to do our part of contribution. We are here to make this world a better place. I'm going to repeat this sentence a lot today, all right? Making the world a better place. So you should you should be getting used to it by now. All right, I'll just quickly go through the chat box quickly so that I don't miss anything. Uh, a good leader must be since. All right, wonderful. So many wonderful thoughts everyone is sharing. I really appreciate it. And if I miss any opinion, after the session, I will be going through all these things. But when I'm speaking, if I miss anything, so I apologize. So dancing, teaching dance and traveling gives me energy. Wonderful, very good. Staying positive, staying focused. Wonderful thoughts. So you guys are on track. You are getting the idea what we are talking about. Hold on to these thoughts. Always keep them close. Keep, you know, when it comes to making decisions, when we make our life decisions, have you ever asked yourself that what is the power that is driving you to take those decisions? They are your core values. Why do you choose to be a good person? Why do you choose to be a good person? Because I'm sure you would never choose to be a bad person. I'm pretty sure about that. But why do we choose? Because this is a part of us. This is a part of our core values. All right. So when you are clear about your core values, when you know why they are important to you, then you can use that information to make this world better. And it is a process of discovering yourself. I've used all these wonderful images for you. These are superheroes, super powerful human beings that we are. So I hope that you are getting positive vibes while listening to these thoughts and ideas. Up till now, whatever I have shared, if you have any question or opinion that you want to share, you can use the chat box. There are a lot of people, so I don't think that we would be able to give you the time to speak verbally. So you can use the chat box and share your opinion and question or comment. Wonderful. Running, exercising, all these things making you feel wonderful. Humility and patience, all right. Being a role model for other people, wonderful. I mean, I'm just a moderator. You guys are teaching each other. You guys are telling each other some really wonderful things. That is really amazing, wonderful. Helping others, got it, got it. So let us continue with the pillars of self-leadership. We are done with the self-discovery part. Self-acceptance. It's okay if you lose at times. It is perfectly all right if you're not winning at everything in life. I mean, we do want to win at everything. We do want to achieve everything that we desire, but it is okay that we are maybe good at few things and not so good at other things. And this is what is our special power, that we need to shift our focus towards things and attributes that we are good at, but we need to be honest about it as well. When we conduct a personal SWOT analysis, a SWOT analysis is basically a management tool, but we apply it on in self-development courses as well. We ask people to conduct their own SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, SWOT, stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It is a business management tool, but we do apply it on self-development topics as well. So we ask the people to tell us about their strengths and weaknesses. You know, it's pretty easy to talk about your strengths. You all have done it today. You have been sharing a lot in the chat box. You are telling about your strengths. But isn't that the case that when it comes to our weaknesses, we tend to lie to ourselves frequently? We are not very okay with admitting that we have a shortcoming in something. Let us quickly do a small exercise This is the exercise of your fingers. You will be using the keyboard. List down your top weaknesses for me. I mean, nobody is judging. Nobody is judging. We are just very good people talking to each other, getting to know each other. Start writing down your weaknesses, not to tell me, but to tell yourself. Ask yourself, what is your weakness? It can be a professional weakness, it can be a personal weakness, but something that is letting you down in your life. That is something that is holding you back. There are so many wonderful answers coming in the opinion. I really want to hear. Please write down in the chat box. Please write down anything that is letting you down. Wonderful. Now, these are some wonderful ideas coming. Temper. Temper is an issue. Managing your anger, maybe you're managing your emotions. Yeah, that is an issue. But it's really wonderful that you have shared. That is the best part, that you know about it. One of my weaknesses is not knowing how to say no. A wonderful response. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Fear is another weakness shared by our dear friend. That is also good. Go on, share your opinions. 14 new messages. Oh, messages are coming very frequently. Fear of unknown, anger, all right, procrastinating, easily trusting people, finances, yeah, anxiety, being humble, procrastination, pure cash management. This is giving you an opportunity to reflect upon your life and how would you want to work on these things. It's really good, and I really encourage this thing that you are sharing your weaknesses. It's not an easy thing to do, let me tell you. It is very difficult, very challenging. It's not easy to share our weaknesses with other people, but it is important that you know that what areas of improvement are there in your life. When you ask yourself, what are you good at? What are your strengths? Do ask yourself that what are your weaknesses as well. Because this analysis is going to tell you who you are, and then you are going to really start accepting yourself. Being honest with yourself is very important. You know, I've seen this thing. This is my experience. You can always disagree. Let us go to the chat box once again quickly. All right, not trusting anyone. You guys are really wonderful. I mean, you share really well. You are really eager to share. That is something really wonderful, and I appreciate it a lot. All right, lack of patience, answering negative to others, impatient, overconfidence is my ability. Trusting easily. Okay, thank you so much for sharing so many wonderful ideas. So while accepting yourself, understand that we are bound to make mistakes. We won't be perfect. And it's okay. It's normal to forget things. It's normal to lose at times. I'm sure that you guys must be into sports, different kinds of sports. Some are into football, some are into other sports. I hope that you have heard of cricket. I'm into cricket. I really like watching cricket a lot. So whenever it happens that you are boosting your team, you are supporting your team throughout the tournament, World Cup is going on, there is a tournament going on, you're boosting your team. It goes through all the different challenges, first the pool matches, then the knockout matches, and then it is your team is in the finals. You're really cheering for it. You are really praying that your team wins. And when they lose, I always ask myself this question: how are they going to sleep at night? How will they be able to recover from it? How can they even, like, they have done this hard work for last 2 months in the tournament. They have been preparing it for 4 years. They are into the finals. They have a shot at that title and they lose. How do they even manage to live with that? This is where sports psychology comes in. Sports psychology tells you it's okay to lose. You can win another day. You need to remember this thing as well. At times, it is okay to lose because you are going to win as well. Now, life is going to be a combination of winning and losing. So when you win, appreciate yourself, feel happy. And when you lose, accept yourself, give yourself sympathy, the empathy that you really want to give this to the world, give it to yourself as well. So as a part of self-leadership, you need to accept yourself as who you are. You belong to a certain community, you belong to a certain race, you belong to a certain nation, you have certain characteristics, likings, dislikings. Accept yourself completely because this is your power. Since we are talking about the special powers, the superpowers, being you is your superpower. How is that for a sentence? Being you is your superpower. So always believe in that. Never let it go. You are going to be a combination of strengths and weaknesses, but as long as you are working on them, you are working on your weaknesses, appreciating yourself on the strengths, it's all good. It's all right. Okay, going to the chat box again. So many chats waiting for me to read them. All right, too bossy. Yeah, anxiety, my weakness is most often not having. Okay, God Almighty can give you direction and purpose. Fine. Lack of confidence. Yeah, yeah, so wonderful. So many wonderful thoughts. I hope, just to get a quick feedback from you guys, I hope that the ideas that I'm sharing are helping you to recall the things that you may have forgotten in your daily life, like running after the things that we want every day. We tend to forget about the things that I'm talking about right now. So I think it's a good refresher for all of you. I would want to hear and read some wonderful feedback. It can be critical feedback as well. You can criticize as well, no worries at all. But feel free to share if you are finding this session helpful up till now. If you have found these ideas helpful, if it's good to share about you, about your thoughts, about your strengths, do give me feedback in the chat box. All right, thank you so much. Feedback is coming, and thank you so much for the comments as well. Okay, so we are done with the two pillars of self-leadership. Today, we are supposed to cover the four pillars of leadership. So we are done with the two. We are left with the two. Let us proceed. Now, this image, it's showing you something. It's showing you that all of us, we have so many things to do in our lives every day. Let me ask you, do you guys do journaling? Do you guys make a journal of the activities, or do you guys make a to-do list at the beginning and the start of a day? Your day has started today, and I wish and I pray that it's going to be a very wonderful day for you. Not only this day, this week is going to be wonderful for you. This year is going to be so amazing for you. I really wish and pray for you. So when you started this day today, how many of you make a to-do list? To-do list that these are the things that I want to do today. I would want to hear your answers. Okay. You usually don't do it. Okay. All right. So one of the traits, one of the factors which comes in self-leadership is how you manage yourself and how you manage your time. This is very important. It is all about discipline. Discipline is critical. All right. All of us, we have so many things that we are supposed to do in one day. I mean, we have plans, we have ideas, we want to do so many wonderful things. But the question is that how disciplined are we? Are we planning to ensure that we keep our priorities clear? We know what thing are we supposed to do at first and which thing can be delayed for a certain period of time. This is all a part of planned self-management. Now, referring back again to the example of expert leaders that we admire and cherish in our lives, all of them have this trait common in them also. They are very well disciplined. They manage themselves very well. They are clear about their priorities. They know what they want to do and how they want to do it. Okay, many things coming in the chat box. Let me quickly have a look at that as well. Or sometimes I do. You do make schedules, you do make journals. That is something really wonderful. I highly appreciate it. Okay, moving forward. So what comes in self-management? Ask yourself this question, and this is going to give you an idea that are you self-disciplined? Are you making sure that what are your priorities and how are you fulfilling them? I do want you guys to think about these things. Ask yourself, are you in control of your life? Or is your life controlling you? How is it going for you? Are you in control of your life? Are you spending your days the way you want to? Or is some other force is controlling you? Now, this is going to be a lifelong struggle. This is not going to be a one-time thing that you follow a procedure, you follow a technique, and it starts working for you. It is going to be a lifelong struggle. Each and every day when you get up, you are going to make a conscious decision that I am going to take charge of my life. You know, let me give you an idea. In your spare time, do go through the content of 7 Habits of Highly Successful People by Stephen Covey. I'm sure that you must have read it, since self-development is a very common subject area these days. 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. You know, one of the traits, one of the characteristics that the successful people have is they blame themselves for the shortcomings in their lives. Rather than putting the blame on some external factor, like in our part of the world, we usually blame the economy. When something is not going on well in our lives, when we don't have enough money, we right away blame our government, we right away blame our economy. Although it's okay to do that, but the successful or effective people would blame themselves. They would want to take that blame on themselves, because only then they will be able to do something about it. If I say my government is not good, what can I do about it? I mean, in a due time, when it comes to the elections, I can do something about it. But right now, what can I do about it? So the idea that I want to share with you is try to have an influence and control over the factors in your life. You will find that control. It is going to be struggling, it is going to be difficult, but you will find that control. Ask yourself, are you in control of your emotions? Like somebody just said, one of the weaknesses that he or she has is losing temper, getting angry. Shouldn't this be in control? Shouldn't you be in control of your emotions all the time? Like if I want to be a genuinely happy person, then I would want to get rid of the negative and sad thoughts that are coming in my mind. It is a conscious decision. It is not something that is happening to me. I am deciding to be happy. I'm taking control over my emotions. You know, our students usually, few students, not all of them, they find it difficult to motivate themselves to study. They find it very hard and very difficult to get focused. So I ask them, don't you find it exciting to be studying a new thing? And they just wonder that, why should I be excited? This exactly is the point. When you make a conscious decision that this incident, this action, this event is going to excite you, then you feel the excitement. If you believe that this activity is going to bore me, it's going to really bore me out and I won't enjoy it at all, then you are making a decision. So make good decisions. Make sure that you take the responsibility of the things happening around you and you try to set up your control. How many of you do this thing that in a daily routine or in a monthly routine, or you do scheduling, prioritizing? Like you know in your mind that what are the important things and what are the distractions that I need to avoid. I think if you be a good person, and if you are working somewhere, and if you are if you are a genuinely good person working in a company, the people tend to take some advantage of you. I mean, generally I'm speaking, not particularly talking about any particular incident, just generally saying, because they know that you are a good person, you will give them that favor. So what happens is that at times you are such a nice person that in a day of your work, you don't do anything for yourself. You end up doing all the work of everyone around you, and you're not doing anything for your own self. So take these measures, prioritize for your own self that what are the things that are important to you. People, they just want to be very healthy. They want to have fitness. They want to increase their lifespan. They want to live a high quality life, something really wonderful. But they're not able to find time to do exercise. They're not able to get up early in the morning and go out for a run or a jog. So this is the difference between being disciplined or not. Make choices, whatever you want in life, make choices accordingly. Set up these mental goals in your mind, and you have to do it every day. It's not going to be a one-time thing. You'll probably have to do it each and every day, all the time. This should be a habit. And I have talked about this thing that are you able to control your emotions and behavior? If you are able to master your emotions, I personally believe that this is a superpower. Honestly speaking, this is a superpower. Because you will be able to draw happiness from the things that you want. You will be able to let go of all the negative emotions and all the negative vibes that you don't want in your life, and will be making good decisions. So this self-management is a whole big concept. You would want to go through it. Time for chat box again. All right. Important session. Time management is good. Okay. When you refuse to take good control of your time, this is problem. All right. Okay. Sometimes I do, but I also get interruptions. Okay. 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 Very good. Thank you so much. Really wonderful ideas. Some very wonderful ideas coming. Really appreciate it. It's really wonderful. It shows that you are eager to listen and learn, and this gives me really positive vibes and gives me energy to speak for next 15-20 minutes. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. All right, moving forward with the last but not the least pillar, and then I'll be taking questions and your opinions. Okay. So last thing is my personal favorite. This is something that I think about every day, honestly. This is something that I think about every day. I want to grow every day. Every day, I think about this thing that my time is running out. I hope not, but I think about it. I think about it a lot, that the time that I have on this planet, it is running out. Even if I have 100, 200 years to live, every day is taking me close to my demise. What did I learn today? I spent a day today in front of my computer using internet, talking to my peers, ability to read books, having the ability to think. What did I learn today? Always keep on asking this question. You need to have a growth mindset. We all need to be eager. I'm really, really glad that all of you are listening so eagerly to this session. I mean, we have 86 participants. So this means that you do want to learn about things. You do have a growth mindset. This is very important. Rather than having a fixed mindset, think about ideas. Think about opportunities to learn new things, to grasp about new ideas. Even when you are watching television, it is your choice that what are you watching. If the information coming from the media, your mobile phone, from your computer, if it is making you a better person in terms of your life goals, then this is self-growth. Otherwise, you will just be ending up being at a stagnant place, not learning anything new. Self-leadership does include that have a growth mindset. Always keep on looking for opportunities to learn and develop yourself. It can be reading books, it can be meeting new people, it can be joining a club, maybe a social gathering, it can be learning a new hobby. If you're an introvert and you don't like socializing with people, maybe try learning a new hobby, starting something from scratch, learning a new web tool. I mean, there are so many wonderful things. Now, this shows that we have a growth mindset. That is really important. This is the question that I want to ask you, and I would again encourage you to use the chat box since we are moving towards the conclusion of our talk today. Share with me an example of a positive change that you have made in your life recently. I mean, that can be very personal thing to you, but since we are talking about many wonderful things today, I want you guys to use the chat box and share that what positive change have you made to your life recently that you are proud of. I'm pretty sure that you will be proud of so many things. So what positive change have you recently made in your life? I would want to hear from you. I would want to read. Everyone would want, oh, chat box is really blowing out of proportions. Very good. Okay. So set out 30 minutes to read something every day. Wonderful thought. I'll write it down even. I would want to do the same thing again. Doing things in a new way. Very good. Carry on, please. Keep on sharing. Going to the gym. That is wonderful. This gives me motivation to go to the gym right away. But it is almost dinner time over here. So rather than going to the gym, I would be going to the kitchen and eating something. Not a good choice, I'm sure. Oh, so many wonderful thoughts coming. To learn new thing every day, wonderful. Express myself more in staff meeting. Should do that. You should always do that. Enrolling in doctoral program, reading books. Appreciation for AIU, learning so much, so wonderful. It's my first interaction with AIU. So, and I really honestly believe that this is something really wonderful, that they have so many students who are really eager to share and learn. Really wonderful. Okay. Okay, enrolling, being patient with my boss. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, you guys really like to share, and I love it. This is something that I really like when people share. Really wonderful. Learning about business ideas. Very good. Keep on making positive changes to your life because we just got one life, yeah? So do you have the sense of curiosity? Do you want to learn about new things? If not, find it, please. Right now, there is a hailstorm going on right outside my window. So if you hear any disturbance, please bear with me. It's summers over here and it gets rainy at times because I'm living in a mountain range. So this is a hailstorm going on right now. Okay. So having a sense of curiosity and learning from your failures. Always learning from your failures. Embracing them, understanding, I've already talked about it. Understanding that failures are natural, but what did I learn from it? If learning is your priority, then you would want to have some failures in life. Because with every failure will come an opportunity to learn something new. And you will ask yourself, you will reflect upon this thing, what did I learn today? You know, when people, they start businesses, they do some kind of investment, and if unfortunately they end up losing some money, they can cry about it all they want, but they can also tell themselves that what did I learn from it? This is one thing that I am trying to learn as well. I mean, we do want something, it doesn't happen the way we want it. We fail at it. So we do ask ourselves whether we can like keep on crying over it, or we can ask ourselves, what did I get to learn from this? When you have a learning perspective to everything, this means you have a growth mindset. All right. So this, hopefully these 4 pillars, I have shared the PowerPoint with your instructor, with your moderator. I'm sure that these points, all of them, are going to give you a very clear idea and give you a reflection that you can make over your life decisions and things happening around you. This is my final slide for today, on which I have shared my favorite sentence. As a teacher, as a person, I keep on telling everyone that we all have an obligation to make this world a better place. There is no exception to it. There is no compromise on it. All of us, each and every one of us, we have to try really hard. We have to give in our full effort. We have to put in our effort, use our abilities, use our strengths to make this wonderful, beautiful planet a much better place. And I'm sure that our today's interaction, it did contribute to it in a way. Like a very tiny contribution maybe, but I'm sure that this contribution, it did make the world a better place. We talked about very positive things. We shared ideas. We got an opportunity to reflect upon ourselves, our lives. So hold on to these thoughts, please. Uh, and in the meantime, if you have any question or anything you would like to share, please feel free to ask or share. All right. I'm just reading the comments. I really like it, okay, but I cannot read all of them. People are raising hands. Thank you for being a mind opener. Oh, I'm so blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so blessed. You found it motivating. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. So you found this session very motivating. That is really wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. How can I allow the people who are raising hands? Just let me have a look at the. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think we have a couple of questions coming our way. So I would want you guys to maybe very interesting presentation. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. All right. This is a part of our curriculum. I have a set of like 7 or 8 different modules. This was the first module. So I just wanted to set the ground for hopefully future discussions as well. Thank you so much. I'm really blessed and honored to have such a wonderful uh, audience, friends, students. Jazakallah. Thank you so much. So nice to hear from all of you. When is your next session? I'm not sure. You can ask your coordinator for that. So hopefully, if we get an opportunity, we'll be talking about in continuity. We'll be talking about other wonderful ideas as well. You know, my area is soft skills, my training area. I talk about confidence building, critical thinking, productive life, and all the wonderful ideas that we can have in a lifetime. So I think that is the enough motivation for today. I have shared, if you look at the screen, you have my email address, but I can share Gmail. This is my work address. You can use my Gmail. as well. You can reach out to me on social media. I'm available on Facebook. LinkedIn is a wonderful forum to connect. I would love to hear from you guys. So I think that we are done. So Dr. Lambert, if you are here, I would want to formally close the session today. So how do you help someone who is failing to concentrate in class? Are you asking as a teacher, how can you help a student? Or are you that student who is failing to concentrate? Okay. You know, it is about, it is, as a teacher, I can share. Okay, all right, all right. As a teacher, I can share that the top attribute that you can have as a teacher, the top attribute that you can have is the ability to connect with your students at their level. I mean, all people are different, all students are different, we know that. So if you have the ability to connect with them according to their need, then I think you are a wonderful teacher. Although, okay, in technical courses like engineering, computer science, it's a bit difficult to do that. But in our courses, where we talk about social skills and everything, we have the opportunity to connect with them. Once we find their triggers for the motivation, then you can encourage them to study more or to make a positive impact on their lives. Over the years, I've taught around 8 to 10,000 students over the years in higher education. I won't brag about it, but I think I tried to connect with around 70–80% of them. They were difficult students as well, but it was a good opportunity. So really wonderful having all of you. I don't want to guys to keep waiting. I think Dr. Lambert is not online. So this is a 1-hour session. So I think that I should be. This is a 1-hour session, right, audience? I'm sure that you guys have a schedule of classes. So, all right. Thank you so much. So should we put a close to it?
Umar Hassan? Okay. Presentation is done. We want to thank you so much for coming. Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Lambert, thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, we are done with the presentation. You can have a look at the feedback that the student, they were really wonderful students, really shared wonderful ideas and things today. I did ask them for their feedback in the chat box, and they were very kind to give some very positive feedback. It was a wonderful opportunity for me.
I don't see any more questions. Okay. Well, I'll let everybody unmute their microphones to say thank you and bye. Okay, everybody, you can unmute your microphones.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you so much.
God
God
bless
bless
you. We
you.
love you.
Thank you as well.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wonderful to see you too,
Bye. It
Umar
was
Hassan.
wonderful.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.
Next time.